Welcome to the Johnny Binder show. Today's subject is the truth they tried to bury, racism, injustice, and unreported cases on the Johnny Binder show live. The views and opinions expressed by guests and clips presented on this program are their own and do not represent the views of the Johnny Binder show. The content provided is for informational and commentary purposes only. This show makes no claims of veracity or independent verification. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are calling on the God of David, the God who fights battles we cannot see. So don't stay silent. Open your mouth. Pray with authority. Pray like your life depends on it. Oh Lord, my God, contend with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against my destiny. Stand up for me, Jehovah Gibber, the mighty man of war. Take hold of shield and buckler. Rise up as my divine defender. Lift your spear and block the path of every enemy pursuing me. And speak to my soul right now. I am your salvation. Father, you see what nobody else sees. You see the silent battles. You see the tears I hide. You see the pressure I carry. You see the spiritual attacks that don't have names. So today, Lord, step into my situation. Interrupt every evil cycle. Break every hidden chain. Destroy every unseen opposition. Every person, every spirit, every force that is fighting me without cause. Let them be put to shame now. Confusion locate them. Let fear enter their camp. Let every plan they created in darkness collapse in the light of your power. Lord, according to Psalm 35, let the angel of the Lord pursue them. Let divine winds scatter them like dust. Let their path become dark and slippery. Let them fall suddenly. Let their own traps catch them. Every pit dug for me, turn it back. Every arrow sent to destroy me, go back to the sender. In the mighty name of Jesus, every attack on my mind, every attack on my peace, every attack on my finances, every attack on my health, every attack on my calling, I refuse to be overwhelmed. I refuse to be delayed. I refuse to be destroyed. Father, they hated me without reason. They spoke against me without truth. They gathered against me without cause. Even when I prayed for them, even when I showed love, even when I stayed silent, they still fought me. But today, you fight for me.
That's the message, you know, and it's a fascinating 1-2 punch we've had so far. The Lord knows where we're headed, and only God knows where we're headed. So we're being forced to deal with powers higher than ourselves, whether we like it or not. We better open our eyes and look at the reality of what's going on. This is Amen. It's not a joke.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
By all means necessary, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Malcolm X, one of the most prolific people ever lived. One of our heroes that stood tall and loved on our Christian brothers, loved on our Muslim brothers, and proved to the world there was one God, one faith, one baptism. Ladies and gentlemen, I love him for that. I didn't know how one of his mother was that did, I think, 25 years in prison because she wouldn't give her children, wouldn't break her children up. And they stood and fought with her and waited on her. And I think she got back home in 1968, if I'm not mistaken. So again, was it 6 to 8 or 6 to 3? Catherine?
I believe
Okay.
it was 68. It was right before his death.
Okay, yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is TikTok. We love you. Facebook, YouTube, all of you. I need y'all to take a moment and hit all your people tonight, because there's some great people on this show. We got some great folks. We got a young lady by the name of one and only Miss Price. The Price is Right. We got Dr. Caddy that's been giving people action all over the world to try to promote them to do better. And we got one of the greatest producers on here, my son in Bali, and spoke how great she was and the way she do it in her own style. And I'm so glad that God brought her to me where she could do a thing from Fort Worth to Dallas to Houston to now Bali and all over the system. We're raising money now for all the studio. I don't want to say where it's at because we don't want nobody there till we start bringing. You're going to get tickets, but it's going to be free. So we're going to have about 100 people there. We're going to have 4 women, 4 men. We're dealing with a new show. Solution to for real relationships. Because there's too much going on. There's too much fight. There's too much disrespect. So we're solution-based. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. Today, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on. And we keep y'all up on what's going on, and we break it down where you can understand it. And we truth bearers, and we solution-based. We don't gossip. We don't backbite. We're not into that. We don't dry snitch. We're not into none of that. People that do that, that's on them. But us, it's God's show. There ain't no Johnny Binder show. It's the God show. And God just branded my name to put it up there because he used me. He said we take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. I used to be a fool. My name was Dum Dum. But it ain't no more because I met God. And I have a personal relationship with him. And I met him in 1990, and I heard him on the radio talking about Jesus like I never heard before. I won't tell you who that was until my movie come out. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great night tonight. There's some great guests here. I pray Marcus come. It's a great show this night. We're going to blow it out, give you the truth. TikTok, get ready. You did 10,000 the other night. We need 20 tonight. Let's go, TikTok. Call everybody. Let them know. TikTok, Lord have mercy. You almost at 100 already. Look at this. My God. TikTok, come on, do what you do. Do what you do, TikTok. Come on, Facebook, click them to them now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about tonight. The name of the show one more time, The Truth They Tried to Bury.
Racism, justice, and unreported
cases. Girl, you own it. Boom. Let's go.
All righty, fam. Welcome to the show, no matter where you're watching from. And Minister, if you could please move the camera so that you're more your phone, so that when you're talking to TikTok, you're still keeping eye line with the camera. We love to see your face front facing forward. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for your support. You can continue to support us by clicking like, subscribe, follow from wherever you are watching, and dropping us a comment. All of that helps support the show free of cost. And if you want to step it up and take it a notch further, you can send a Cash App donation to JBS Live. That's JBS Live. J is in Johnny, B is in boy, S is in show. Johnny Binder Show Live. Let me tell you what your money does. It helps us to grow. We are growing. We are expanding. We want to be more on the ground. We want to be in the community. We want to strengthen our ties there. So we need the equipment and the people and the resources to make that happen. And you are a part of the family. We do this for you. So in addition to that, we, like Minister said, we're looking at a new studio space where we can actually have live guests, and that will be so exciting. So again, please make your donation to JBS Live. J as in Johnny, B as in Binder, S as in Show Live. And the tag will be in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen throughout the show. So, Minister, we can go ahead and get started. I think Dr. Caddy dropped for a moment. I'll catch her as she comes back into the studio. But let me go ahead and add Ms. Price and myself. And we shall go ahead and get started.
Let's get started. She's coming right back.
All right. So we're going to start off with little known cases. There are several cases that have not received the nationwide attention that they deserve. And it shouldn't be surprising. I want to give out a shout to Black media for pushing the Karmelo Anthony case. I know we've been talking about it, but it just hit mainstream media this week. So if it wasn't for the Black media pushing and promoting the case and keeping an eye or spotlight on it, we couldn't make this happen. We couldn't bring attention to the issues that affect us, our justice, our freedom, our community. So shout out to Black media. You know, y'all are going to see reports regurgitated on the news. And remember to always come back to your Black media platforms for the real tea and the new tea, because, yeah, we're going to stay on it. So I'll have a Karmelo Anthony update towards the end of the show. But right now, I want to focus on this case.
Oh, yeah. Give it to the cop. Give it to them so they can trace see who did it.
This young lady on the screen is Tania Nicole Miller. She's 27 years old from Michigan. And I'm wondering how many of my people have heard her story. She came down here. She's from Michigan. She came down to the 305 to Gwen Cherry Park, Memorial Park, to celebrate Juneteenth. Now, her body was found hanging from a tree on the 18th. And I'm wondering how many of my people have heard her story, because her people is saying that no news media is covering this and nobody is reporting on this. I've only seen like 2 or 3 creators talk about this topic, and I'm wondering why is nobody spreading a word, and why is her story not being heard? If you have heard about this, let me know in the comments. If you have not heard about this story, also let me know in the comments. Rest in peace to this baby, Forever 27. I have no words, y'all.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. And again, I will share her picture. 27-year-old Tania Nicole Miller, who was found allegedly, from the little bit of information that I can gather about it, on June 18th, across the street from Gwen Cherry Park. And that is in the Miami-Dade County area. Now, as you heard the lady reports say that she is from Michigan, and she came down to celebrate Juneteenth with, I guess some friends or family. I'm not sure how she got there, but nevertheless, it has been reported that she was found hanged in across the street from a park. I have not been able to find any credible news or articles about it. Now, the only thing I have found is from Facebook posts and YouTube, a few YouTube sources, but nobody is talking about this. I guess everybody was caught up in the celebration of the Juneteenth festival. Now, they're saying that she was found on June 18th. And if I'm not mistaken, June 19th, which is Juneteenth, was a Friday. And so I don't think the celebrations in most towns, they didn't happen till that Friday or Saturday. So she was found before the celebrations even occurred. Now, of course, we know a lot of people do not like the fact that we celebrate June 15th, or Juneteenth. And, I really don't like the concept either, but we'll get into that to another video. But this may once again be one of those dog whistles that they talk about, or one of those symbolic sacrifices to combat the energy that melanin people have of unity and bringing each other together and honoring our heritage, who we were, the struggles that we have survived, the trials that we have overcome, and the victories that we have obtained since that time. And be one of those to show footage of someone of melanated hue doing that to themselves. That is the only way I will believe it, because we all know the torrid and horrific patterns and trends that were prevalent in this country throughout the years and even to this day. So it is hard. It is far-fetched. It is hard for me to believe that in this day and age and this time, someone with melanated skin would do that to themselves. So,
and it's uncharacteristic for women to do that to themselves at any rate. And rest in peace to our sister. Rest in peace. And I send prayers of comfort to the family. And we'll keep an eye on this so that we can try to keep you updated as much as possible. Minister?
TikTok. We speaking about a young lady that was on the way to the Juneteenth festivity. And I wonder why I put this suit on, but now I put it on for her. I'm very, very upset that some rotten, low-down individual that does this, known as the Europeans, whoever done it, somebody seen it. You ain't gonna make me believe no one seen this on a tree across from the park. You know, you Klansmen, you skinheads, and you Proud Boys, militia group. Militia group, you don't even, let me get them out of this. They don't even go that way. They fight against the government. But you Proud Boys and Ku Klux Klans and skinheads, whichever one of y'all done this, the God I believe in, the God of the creation, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the universe, the God that created himself. I'm calling on him tonight. To everybody that had something to do with that, put a curse on them, God. Put your plagues on them. Make them suffer. Don't take them out. Give them an aneurysm, heart attack, stroke. I can pray this because it's in the Bible. You rotten animals. Professing to be wise. Romans 1, 24, 25 to 28. Professing to be wise, yet become fools. 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator. 28, God gave them over to a reprobate mindset to do those things that shouldn't be done. Ladies and gentlemen, to take this beautiful 27-year-old sister, anybody don't deserve that. She was on the way to a festivity to the June night. So that's why we know it's you. Because y'all don't even want us to celebrate you and your Donald Trump for nights. But you're going to hell with a gasoline jacket and drawers on, and you will not get away. We're going to find out. We're going to find out who did this. The God going to uncover it. He going to uncover it. Because y'all habitual liars and you cowards. And you do this sister like this. You take this beautiful sister and unalive her and put some around her neck, and hang her on a tree. So in y'all mind, y'all trying to justify what y'all did when you made a slave. Then you did it the other day in Mississippi at the college, the young boy. So you done did about 4 or 5 of them in the last 12 months. But this is the trickle down, from the wickedness at the time, and it trickles down. When you got a negative individual that's the president of the United States, and he's so negative and knocked out 165 girls unalive, and then tell the police everything good, I clear you. Then clear 1,600 people from the resurrection on January the 6th. He have made it, the systemic racism come out. It was dormant for a minute. Now the systemic racism is coming out from those that's a part of the buffoonery and the foolishness. I can guarantee you, you're not getting away. God says, suffer the children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of them, you rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. Your animalistic ass is going in the deepest sea. God will get you. You will not get away. You rotten bastards. You're no good. And God gonna deal with y'all. Oh boy, I wish one of y'all could grab me. Yeah, you need about 50 of you. Y'all cowards, man. Y'all take this sister. Her mother, I don't even want to talk about her mother. I know she's historical. Baby going on a trip to celebrate. Y'all letting us go. You never should have had us. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let this alone. Because if I keep talking, I indict myself. So I'm going to leave this alone. And my producer told me this was coming. Y'all are completely out of order. And I can guarantee you, God is going to deal with you low-down animals. Y'all animals, man. But every animal got his day. You go on the hill with a gasoline jacket on. And what you reap is what you sow. And God said, what you done to the least of them, you've done also unto me. And Iblis said he went from their left side, from their right side, before them, even in their straight path, Catherine. And he said you won't find most of them thankful. This the devil talking to God in the Quran. And God said, you through? He said they're going to come from the left side, from the right side, from behind him in a straight path, in the church, in the mosque, in the cathedral, in Black Star Madonna, Hebrew Israelite. We got cowards and snitches everywhere. Informants, dry snitching, Clarence Thomases. Same way they did in that Turner. Demo Visa, Gabriel Prosser, Malcolm, Martin, snitches. Put him on the balcony, stood on the side and don't wear no tie. Again, ladies and gentlemen, God is going to do what he got to do. And in that same scripture, God say, all of you that do this deserve unalive death. So you're not getting away. I know you think you are, but your day coming. Whoever participated, it was 4 or 5 of them. Whoever participated, your day coming. Your whole family. Yeah, you're not getting away. You're a rotten piece of nothing. and you're animalistic. To take that beautiful sister and put on a tree on Juneteenth. You send a signal to us. We caught it. It's coming back to you. Watch what God do. Father God, I'm asking you on this podcast, every one of them, bring your wrath on them. You say you throw them in the deepest sea, bring your wrath on them. And let us uncover them. If it's the Proud Boys, the Ku Klux Klan, all of them the same, skinheads. Whatever one of them did it, I want to bring them to justice. I want to sit there and look at them. They're animals. And God said, all of you that do this deserve unalive. You will not get away. Watch you see. On this day, I told you, on a Thursday, I told you, you will not get away. All the atrocities you've done, all the burning and the unaliving and taking women and lying and stealing money at the White House, all you liars, you're not going to get away, Donald Trump. You and your Trumpanites, you have set this atmosphere. You know what you're doing. You have set this atmosphere for all this buffoonery, foolishness, and animalistic. And Mr. Trump, God gonna get you too. He's not gonna let the Republicans get you or the Democrats. God himself is gonna get you. Remember I told you. Thank you, Catherine. May God bless you. You warned me. And Mother, we pray with you. Father, we pray with you. I can guarantee you through God, not the government, you'll get justice. May God bless
you. Indeed, indeed. So the next story that we'll be covering is a little different. This is about, this story also occurred, I don't want to say the state wrong, but we'll hear it in a minute. But the officer was placed on leave for placing his knee on the neck of a young teenage girl. And the person, the content creator that submitted this, or that I found, had a different vibe about this, more about parental accountability. Here we go.
Teen celebration in Elyria, Ohio. There was a 15-year-old girl who's yelling profanities at officers, rolling on the ground and resisting. Officers put a knee in the back of her neck and handcuffed her. The video went viral and the outrage is everywhere. But check this out. She was charged with resisting arrest, obstructing, and disorderly conduct. So here's the question. Before you make this the next George Floyd moment, when are we going to start holding the parents accountable for what their children do?
So if she was really behaving in that manner, she still didn't deserve to be possibly unalived by the officer placing his knee on her neck.
This Negro done lost his mind. What Miss Price said?
I don't know.
She not with us?
No, sir. She would be on stage if she were.
Okay. This Negro is a house nigga. And house Negro. I don't use nigga on here, but a house Negro. And he's a Clarence Thomas. So you can look at him. You know, that girl ain't did nothing for him to put his knee on her back like that. And this coward said what he said. So I'm not going to give him no validity that we can pass him right on by. He means nothing. He's a loser. Do we have a tape where this officer did this?
I thought that one was more detailed. And you know what's sad? When I go back and review it, it's so many people that have had knees put on their necks over the last year. So I'll have to do some digging to actually find the story. I saw it in more than one spot. And it's a lot going on in Ohio too. So get that and I'll find it by the end of the show, but we'll keep rolling. I think my curiosity is like, it's kind of the argument they have with Karmelo Anthony minister as far as them, like, what are the boundaries? What are the boundaries?
Yeah.
I don't want I want my daughter to be safe out there if she were my daughter. But at the same time, I don't need you out there bringing trouble to yourself. So I guess it's just a line. And I know police officers say all kinds of things, but to cover themselves. But we will move on, and I will find more information on that story for you, fam. Just give me a moment. But we're going to move on to something that I also warned the minister could be triggering, and this could be triggering for other people as well. It's a very sad child abuse case in Long Island. This little girl, I guess the people were just brought to court. They're just now having their trial. But these three WT women were had custody of this 4-year-old little Black girl. And they actually one of them kept a record or a journal of the torture and abuse that they were doing to her. This is just wild. It's wild. So a lot of unanswered questions here, fam, but y'all chime in the comments and let me know what you think.
An outrage today in a packed courtroom on Long Island as prosecutors revealed the abuse and torture of 7-year-old Jordan Duncan from Bayport. 50-year-old Emily Kelly is facing several charges, including second-degree murder. Her mother and her daughter are also facing serious charges. Prosecutors say Kelly routinely tied up and tortured Jordan and then documented the prolonged abuse. The details of this case will take your breath away. Here's Long Island reporter Krista McNally.
We need justice for Jordan. That's what we need. Justice for Jordan.
Family, friends, and supporters of Jordan Duncan packed the courtroom as the 3 generations of women accused of torturing her to death faced a judge.
We love her so much and we miss her. And we wish she was here.
This 7-year-old had about 90 injuries on her small body at the time of her death in December, according to the Suffolk County Medical Examiner's Office. Today, 50-year-old Emily Kelly, her mother, Barbara Renner, and Kelly's daughter, Alyssa Seymour, had a court appearance.
It was overwhelming, but I was just thinking about Jordan. I would just take a moment and just think about Jordan and just, sit here and just trust the process.
The Suffolk District Attorney said the child died after months of alleged systematic cruelty and sadistic abuse that was meticulously documented. Kelly is being charged with second-degree murder.
My client asserts her innocence, and we are vigorously going to defend her throughout these proceedings, including possibly trial.
Kelly is the fiancée of Duncan's father, who is in prison. She gained full custody of the 7-year-old in April of 2025. Suffolk County Child Protective Services placed the victim with Kelly at Kelly's request in December of 2024, according to the DA's office.
She always smiled, even in the worst circumstances.
The victim's half-brothers and biological mother, Portia, were in the courtroom, and her attorney spoke afterwards.
We are currently examining where there are any system flaws or failures.
After the child's death, it was revealed that the victim missed approximately 40 days of school between January and June of 2025. The 3 women previously pled not guilty to a slew of charges.
We want everyone to know that she was loved.
The abuse allegedly took place in this home in Bayport. The 3 women remain behind bars, and today the judge asked for discovery to be turned over and a bill of particulars before their next court dates in August. That is the latest from Bayport. Krista McNally, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, shock and outrage today in a
Why did you turn the lady off? The lady said she was shocked and outraged. Catherine. Catherine, come on.
The video, I was coming. Lord, patience. It's not instant. Slow down. The lady was, if the video was starting over again, because that's how she started it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Miss Price, did you see that TikTok? I know y'all talking about it already. Let me put some. The man had a daughter, and the man some kind of way went to prison. I don't know why. And he left it with it's supposed to be his wife or woman.
His fiance is what it's
fiance, yeah.
Left the baby with this animal as his fiance. All three of them are animals and devils. So they left them with them. I'm only speaking the truth, so I don't want nobody looking at me like I'm saying something, making up something. You take a 7-year-old beautiful child, and instead of you 3 women taking care of the child, taking turns loving on her, y'all unalive her? How long did they take to do this? Did it go on for?
It was just months. I would have to replay it to get the timeline, but it was a very short period of time. I want to say 90 days.
That's what I thought I heard, 90 days.
90 days.
Play it again.
But then they did say again that she missed school from January to June for 40 of those days.
And I have already removed it from the studio, so give me just one moment.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is animalistic. This is unjust. TikTok, we need to do 20,000 nights. Y'all need to go tell everybody. Y'all need to tell everybody about this. Do we have a young lady name?
Yes, hold on just a second. Let me go ahead and rerun.
An outrage today in a packed courtroom on Long Island as prosecutors revealed the abuse and torture of 7-year-old Jordan Duncan from Bayport. 50-year-old Emily Kelly is facing several charges, including second-degree murder. Her mother and her daughter are also facing serious charges. Prosecutors say Kelly routinely tied up and tortured Jordan and then documented the prolonged abuse. The details of this case will take your breath away. Here's Long Island reporter Krista McNally.
We need justice for Jordan. That's what we need. Justice for Jordan.
Family, friends, and supporters of Jordan Duncan packed the courtroom as the 3 generations of women accused of torturing her to death faced a judge.
We love her so much and we miss her. And we wish she was here.
The 7-year-old had about 90 injuries on her small body at the time of her death in December, according to the Suffolk County Medical Examiner's Office. Today, 50-year-old Emily Kelly, her mother, Barbara Renner, and Kelly's daughter, Alyssa Seymour, had a court appearance.
It was overwhelming, but I was just thinking about Jordan. I would just take a moment and just think about Jordan and just
7-year-old
sit here
child.
and just trust the process.
The Suffolk
They
District
unalive
Attorney
her.
said the child died after months of alleged systematic cruelty and sadistic abuse that was meticulously documented. Kelly is being charged with second-degree murder.
My client asserts her innocence, and we are vigorously going to defend her throughout these proceedings, including possibly trial.
Kelly is the fiance of Duncan's father, who is in prison. She gained full custody of the 7-year-old in April of 2025. Suffolk County Child Protective Services placed the victim with Kelly at Kelly's request in December of 2024, according to the DA's office.
She always smiled, even in the worst circumstances.
The victim's half-brothers and biological mother, Portia, were in the courtroom, and her attorney spoke afterwards.
We are currently examining where there are any system flaws or failures.
After the child's death, it was revealed that the victim missed approximately 40 days of school between January and June of 2025. The 3 women previously pled not guilty to a slew of charges.
We want everyone to know that she was loved.
The abuse allegedly took place in this home in Bayport. The 3 women remain behind bars, and today the judge asked for discovery to be turned over and a bill of particulars before their next court dates in August. That is the latest from Bayport. Krista McNally, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, shock and outrage today.
Yeah. So yeah, it started over again from there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it seemed like 8 months is how
8
long
months.
they had him.
Yeah.
Again, TikTok, here go some great people right here. Oh, you can't see them? Okay, there it is right there, TikTok. That's Miss Price, Miss Mills. They are part of the show. They in the company. I just want to say again, thank you, Miss Mills, for finding that again. To torture a 7-year-old child. What's her name? Jordan
Duncan.
To torture a baby like that. And the baby was given over to you. That was already in you, the systemic racism. You needed a chance and opportunity to do what you done. I'm just confused how 3 women that possibly could have children could have unalived this child. Their racism had to be some of the greatest racism that I've seen, same way at the top. Take everything, take SNAP, take Head Start, take them out, kick them out. They don't need to be, they take the voting right, take everything. See? Take the insurance, see? When you set this atmosphere, the people that's racist, they wake up. They've been hiding their racism. But we got an idiot that 27 psychiatrists say he's the most dangerous man on the planet in that White House. It trickles down. Y'all don't know nothing about giving somebody a psychosocial assessment and a Dianetic. Almost 80-something, 90% of America need a psychosocial assessment and a Dianetic, if not 95. Because we are so distracted to the devil that we don't know what God looked like. All the road rage, all the buffoonery going on, all the disrespect and calling us names and put this girl on a tree. Then another boy on the tree in Mississippi. Then put your knee on this young girl. And this idiot come on in, this Clarence Thomas idiot come on in and say what he said. And to unalive this baby in 8 months. How could you do it? And the school system, no disrespect to y'all want on top of y'all game. If the child don't check in the school, y'all supposed to know where the baby at and know what the hell going on. That's what that's for as well. A child's supposed to be in the school. If she's not in the school, where is she? That's right, she's black. Okay. So again, this is ludicrous. This is animalistic. And the mother and father, we love you. But I say it again today. God is real. And he said, when Iblis said, I'm coming from the left side, from the right side, I'm coming in a straight path, and you won't find most of them thankful. And God said, everybody follow you. Let them follow you. And all follow you. I will feel hell with you all, except my purified ones. I know y'all don't know this. You don't know the Bible, Quran, Torah, so you can't do what I'm doing. So pastors, come sit down. Let me teach you. This is what's going on. God said he's going to say in Nahum 3, he's going to take their skirt and pull over their head and show their nakedness to the world. You won't get away. You won't get away. I had no idea Catherine was finna show me them two. But I can guarantee you, you will not get away. And all of you going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. You ain't just putting no curse on yourself. You put a curse on your whole family. Everybody. Lest they speak up like the young lady spoke up the other night and repent and atone and say, I don't want to be racist no more. I don't want to be wicked no more. Y'all gonna get it, man. Y'all, they're gonna come. 3 women. 3 generations. How could you do that? 8 months torturing this baby. And over 90 scars and scratches and all this on her. How could you do it? But when you around animals, animals do what animals do. And when you listen to animals, the animals set you off. Y'all animals, man. And you work for the devil. And Jesus said in John 8:44, you are not of my father, you of your father. Read it for yourself, Miss Price. You are not of my father. If you was of my father, you wouldn't seek to kill me. You are not of my father. TikTok. Jesus Christ said this. And his last name ain't Christ. Christ means crush the wicked. And we finna crush the wicked. And I mean, watch what Jesus said. You're not of my father. You're of your father, the devil. The lust that he should do, he was a murderer and burrowed not into truth. And there's no truth in him. Then answered the Jews. And called Jesus demonic, a devil. And Jesus said, you can say what you choose. But we all know it's not me. Ladies and gentlemen, them same people Jesus Christ was talking about, them same 3 women, and the same people hung that young lady, and the same one Donald Trump and the Trumpenites, them same people broke in the Capitol on January the 6th in the insurrection, and them low-down, rotten Republican one that's cowards and ain't saying nothing. The one that's speaking up, the one that's not, you going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. You know why? Because you're a part of it. God said when you see it, you speak on it. You ain't speaking on nothing. You ain't saying nothing. You're so scared of it, but you're scared of an old man. One leg in the graveyard, one here. He's not going to last. God ain't going to let the Republican or the Democrats do anything to Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump. God going to do it himself. And you 3 women, you 3 animals, come out of trial. And this silly lawyer, we going to fight the case, and you fool. You'll say anything for some money, won't you? You'll say anything to be seen. You one of them. Animal protecting animals. So again, to Miss Jordan, my beautiful sister, I will fight for you all the days of my life. Me, my brothers and sisters that believe in me, Black Shrine of Madonna, Hebrew Israelite, and the Christians that believe in God, and the Pope, who spoke wonderful, and the Nation of Islam, and the gangbangers that's coming in now as one. My Colombian brothers and sisters, all you rotten animals, they coming. You will be dealt with. Karma is real. And God said, what you reap is what you sow. And God said, I will fill hell with them all. Not maybe. Like you did Sodom and Gomorrah and drowned the 300 million. I will fill hell with them all. You 3 women. I don't want you to get the death penalty. I want you to get life no parole. I want you to suffer like you made her suffer. You 3 animals. And a younger one. I just can't believe you participated with that. Some of your generation was at George Floyd. So I can't believe you let them 2 old witches trick you into that. But all y'all going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. And Jesus say, you have your father, the devil. And the lust of your father should do. He was a murderer, and he bowed not in the truth. Your day coming. Your whole family has a curse on them. Watch and see. May God bless you.
Okay, Minister. I know before I played, before we move on to Jordan Duncan's family, our prayers go out to you. I know this is a rough time. So our prayers of comfort to you, and God rest Jordan's soul. Oh, okay, so I did find another video about the police officer in Ohio that placed his knee on the young lady's neck. Here we go.
Police officer is on paid administrative leave after video shows him placing his knee on the neck area of a 15-year-old girl during an arrest. I'm Josh with the Daily Drop-In. Here's what we know. Police say officers were responding to a confrontation in Ely Square Saturday where they went on to detain the girl's 14-year-old brother for disorderly conduct. They say the girl then approached officers, yelling and interfering while her brother was being detained. So she was later arrested and is facing multiple charges, including resisting arrest and obstructing official business. Video from body and security cameras show officers taking her to the ground while trying to handcuff her. Another officer then runs in and places his knee on her upper back and neck area. People nearby can be heard yelling during the arrest, and police say multiple adults tried to intervene in the situation, leading to 2 of them also being arrested. Police described it as a controlled technique meant to prevent her from rolling during the arrest, but Illyria's mayor and police chief said they have concerns after reviewing the footage. The officer involved is now on paid administrative leave while the investigation continues. But you can read Hannah Drown's full story on this and more at Cleveland.com.
So that's more information on what happened there. Still not crystal clear, but we have a little bit more detail. So I just wanted to say I'm proud of that police department for taking the time to actually review it, recognizing that there was an issue and putting him on leave while they complete their investigation. Are you talking, Minister?
Ms. Price? Speak on what you just said.
Ain't that the same thing though that happened to George Floyd? The police officer put his knee on this guy's neck. What is in their protocol that they think that that's okay to do? Because if you already have somebody down on the ground, you have their hands behind their back, and you putting on cuffs, why do you need the extra force of putting your knee in their neck?
Well, yeah, he claimed that it was to keep her from rolling and hurting herself.
Yeah, right.
But it was somebody already there. He came running from something to do that.
Yeah, they already had her on the ground.
They already had her on the ground with her hands behind her back, cuffing her. So what was his part? Because if it was to control her from hurting herself, the cops that was already there could have controlled that.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You seeing what we see.
I mean, I love the illusion that they tried to paint. Like, see, this is the narrative. You believe this. Believe this. Don't believe your lying eyes, but believe what I'm telling you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. and that it was because of her brother and all of this other nonsense. But hey, it all come out in the wash. It all come out in the
Right.
wash.
And that's another thing, because cops love to, when somebody is talking back or is asking for information like, why are you doing this or what's going on? They quick to say, oh, you're interrupting our police, you're interrupting our investigation. And then you turn on them and then you want to charge them up and want to arrest them. How am I interfering by asking a question? You are allowed to talk to me. Even if it's just even if it's just to say, we can't talk to you right now, ma'am. If you're a family member, whatever, you have to take it up when you come to the courthouse, or to the police station or whatever. Even if you have to just say that, be professional and say that.
They couldn't handle being questioned.
Because they're doing something wrong. You can tell. If somebody can always talk to you when they're not doing wrong. If they're not doing wrong, they will say, ma'am, please stand back. We're trying to hold the investigation here. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you're a family member of this person, then you can come down to the police station and you can have your questions answered. But when they're doing wrong, what if you're investigating, and everything gets escalated and aggravated. So I'm just speaking about experience. I've experienced that with my son. So
I can tell because I can feel it coming from your belly. Feel
yeah,
the fire coming from your belly.
I know. And we're paying you guys to protect and serve the people. So, I forgot, we animals, we monkeys and stuff. So we don't count as people. They're not protecting the serve. They can take our money though, but Okay. All right. I don't think I need to speak no more. Some unintelligible things might come out now.
Okay. Express yourself, minister.
That's why I gave it to her, ladies and gentlemen, where you can hear a mother that's been in this situation know what's going on. God is it's a lot going to happen. All you wicked people that think y'all getting away. No. See, God's a just God. So he can't let you get away, because if he lets you get away, then he's not God. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. You're not gonna get away. Karma's coming. And that's why y'all hate the Old Testament. Eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. Yeah, I know y'all hate it. But again, it's coming to you. So who that's trying to come in?
I don't know.
Who? So
it just says NMN.
Who is that, please?
I can't hear you.
Oh, how am I so low? I'm in a square.
Oh, okay.
Anna, can you adjust this camera a little bit?
He's in Bali.
Right. So on the right side, no, this side, no.
Okay.
On the tripod, right there, up, right there.
Mute him while
they get
there.
No, the big one.
When he gets it together, give me a thumbs up, brother, when you get it together. Okay.
More than thumbs. That's my son in Bali. That's my biological son in Bali. I told him to come on where he could tell us what's going on down there. But I do want him to hear one of these stories so you see the difference, because ain't none of that's going on down there. They
y'all hear me?
Now we can hear. While you were adjusting your camera, I had you on mute.
All right, I'm good. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thank you.
Let me take these sunglasses. I can see.
Young man, this is the producer who you spoke so well of, doing a great work with our stuff. Miss Bill, and this is our co-host, Miss Lakeisha Price, and the rest of our people not on here. One from the Navy, one from the Air Force, and So we got a nice group of people. Happy Hal, he on there. So again, we talking about what they done to this 7-year-old late girl. It took them 8 months to do it, and the husband or the husband left with his fiance, TikTok, and in 8 months, the 7-year-old girl, Jordan, what's her last name?
Duncan.
Jordan Duncan, they unalived her. We can't say the other word. They unalived her, and then she got 90-some bruises on her, and it took them 8 months to take her life.
Oh, don't forget the most important part. They journaled it.
They journaled it.
They journaled it. That's the big thing to me.
So wait. I've not heard about this ever at all. So I don't know what this is about, because I'm way out here, so I don't get this type of news. Could someone explain to me what happened to the 7-year-old girl?
We're gonna play
her parent, her dad went to prison, and he left. He was the custodial parent, and me and this overlay are going to fight. He was the custodial parent, and he had left her the baby with his fiance, who was a WT lady, and the WT lady and her mother and daughter, 3 generations participated in abusing this child, and one of them documented it, and the child passed away. When she passed away, she had over 90 wounds and injuries all over her body.
Can you play it again? Because Marcus isn't here. I would appreciate if you do that.
Marcus, if you've been watching, we're going to reshare because I've already played it.
Why?
It's all right.
Okay.
She deserved it. She's 7 years old. She'll never be seen again.
Where was she?
I want to
Sorry,
show.
I'm ready for the video because I'm ready for the video.
Okay.
Okay, y'all get a special encore because normally I don't do this.
But we glad.
Because I've already removed it from the studio.
My bad. I don't know. I was taking it forever.
She'll find it. She's a professional.
So
you have to
as we
I'm
go on that way, Miss Price,
garden.
and I'm sorry, welcome, Mr. Bowers. Thank you for joining us.
Oh
You said something, Miss Price, that made me think about another video that I had found. So I'll play this one when I go. I try to round up the other one. Here we go.
Sandra Bullock, a white woman with 2 black children. Here's an uncomfortable conversation for you.
You know, my children are black. I have a level of defense that millions of mothers have that aren't white. You know, I have an understanding of how scary it is, and I just get really emotional because I think of hundreds of years of women who've never been able to relax into motherhood. They've never been able to relax.
Worried about their kids.
Yes, in a way that we as white women have not had to worry. You worry about other things, but if you really, really, really take a minute and think about hundreds of years of mothers not being able to enjoy freely the birth of a child, their son becoming a young man, all of those things represent fear and loss from the day that they're born.
Here's what I absolutely love about that Sandra Bullock clip is Sandra Bullock showed us the difference between empathy and sympathy. See, sympathy is feeling bad for someone, but empathy is quite literally stepping into someone else's shoes. When you step into someone else's shoes, you can feel their pain. You may not have the same upbringing as that individual. You may not have the same culture as that individual. You may not have the same socioeconomic status as that individual, but if you can empathize with them, you can grow with them. Thanks for sharing your heart, Sandra.
Shout out to Sandra, man. I like her, man. One of my, so I watched a lot of her movies growing up.
Wait, Sandra was involved in this?
No.
She just played that till she found the tape. No.
Okay. That was
a good show.
That is also key into something Miss Price was saying about she understands. We were playing another video about a young lady in Ohio that was 15, and the officer put his knee on her neck and her upper back as he was putting handcuffs on her over Juneteenth weekend is when that happened. And Ms. Price was saying that she was speaking so passionately, but she was saying that's because she's had experience with that happening to her son. And so she was just saying some things that triggered my playing the video that was already queued, as to how mothers feel, and perhaps fathers too. But we can only speak as moms,
Kat,
about not being able to relax and enjoy motherhood in any other way except how we do.
have we talked about that video that you're referring to, where they did put the knee on her neck and all that stuff? I know the guy's name was Marcus that jumped in. He said he saw the police officers doing what they were doing with the kids. I think a lady jumped in and a dude jumped in. They both got arrested too.
Right.
Because they were trying to protect her. So that's crazy stuff. So yeah, I know I'm late, but I already touched on it.
Yeah, we did, but bring this one back so everybody can see this beautiful 7-year-old girl for 8 months being unalive by 3 women.
Okay, fam, y'all watching this on replay?
Thank you.
Shock and outrage today in a packed courtroom on Long Island as
Whoa.
prosecutors revealed the abuse and torture of 7-year-old Jordan Duncan from Bayport. 50-year-old Emily Kelly is facing several charges, including second-degree murder. Her mother and her daughter are also facing serious charges. Prosecutors say Kelly routinely tied up and tortured Jordan and then documented the prolonged abuse. The details of this case will take your breath away. Here's Long Island reporter Krista McNally.
We need justice for Jordan. That's what we need. Justice for Jordan.
Family, friends, and supporters of Jordan Duncan packed the courtroom as the 3 generations of women accused of torturing her to death faced a judge.
We love her so much and we miss her. And we wish she was here.
This 7-year-old had about 90 injuries on her small body at the time of her death in December, according to the Suffolk County Medical Examiner's Office. Today, 50-year-old Emily Kelly, her mother Barbara Renner, and Kelly's daughter Alyssa Seymour had a court appearance.
It was overwhelming, but I was just thinking about Jordan. I would just take a moment and just think about Jordan and just, sit here and just trust the process.
The Suffolk District Attorney said the child died after months of alleged systematic cruelty and sadistic abuse that was meticulously documented. Kelly is being charged with second-degree murder.
My client asserts her innocence, and we are vigorously going to defend her throughout these proceedings, including possibly trial.
Kelly is the fiance of Duncan's father, who is in prison. She gained full custody of the 7-year-old in April of 2025. Suffolk County Child Protective Services placed the victim with Kelly at Kelly's request in December of 2024, according to the DA's office.
She always smiled, even in the worst circumstances.
The victim's half-brothers and biological mother, Portia, were in the courtroom, and her attorney spoke afterwards.
We are currently examining where there are any system flaws or failures.
After the child's death, it was revealed that the victim missed approximately 40 days of school between January and June of 2025. The 3 women previously pled not guilty to a slew of charges.
We want everyone to know that she was loved.
The abuse allegedly took place in this home in Bayport. The 3 women remain behind bars, and today the judge asked for discovery to be turned over and a bill of particulars before their next court dates in August. That is the latest from Bayport. Krista McNally, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
I blame CPS, man. You know what I'm saying? CPS is supposed to investigate, supposed to do background checks. CPS is who put this young lady in the hands of these evil people. I don't know where her mom and dad is or was, but I know that these CPS people, this new home is not supposed to be doing what they did. So I definitely blame CPS for putting her in that situation. But yeah, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, the dad he's incarcerated.
The dad is in jail.
The dad, Marcus, gave it over to his fiance. The cold part about it, no disrespect to the mother, where was you? Why you let your baby's daddy give your baby over to this Caucasian woman? Why, even if you're gonna let her be there, I mean, 50-50 or
Well,
something.
well, the thing of it is, if he had full custody, that means it was something wrong with her. Reason why the child was not in her custody, or she would have had joint custody for the child. So apparently, she didn't have that. He had full custody, so he was able to stay where he wanted his child to go.
Are we sure that he had full custody?
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that let us know something about the mother. So
That's what I'm
again,
saying. Something is wrong with the mother.
yeah, psychologically, something got to be wrong with her to let her baby be with a Caucasian woman, and not with her.
Hold on, I gotta intervene. What is it? Her being Caucasian got to do with anything?
I'm so glad you asked. Boy, you cropped that question right up. Most Caucasian women don't want no black baby. That's why we're in America. You in Bali, you've been gone.
That's not. I don't agree with that one.
Okay,
I know European women that specifically want brown babies. They seek them out.
Very few, not a whole lot of them.
I didn't say a whole lot, but I'm saying that they exist.
And I agree. We're not an argument. I agree, but it's a low percentage. We know one thing: them three didn't give a damn about a 7-year-old beautiful child.
Those three are evil without a doubt. But I'm just saying, we can talk about them themselves without having to say a Caucasian, da 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 da. Then well, what are we doing here?
I'm so glad
would you want that flipped the other way around? I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, what are we doing here with that?
I like that. Let me address it. I'm gonna say it again. Most of Caucasian women, Google it, Miss Price, Google it.
You have no data to support that, to say most Caucasian women. I have to stop you right there. Like, start it. Just
most Caucasian women.
We got ChatGPT.
Find me the data. Most Caucasian women what?
What's the question?
There's too many people talking. I can't hear.
I know at one time. So one at a time. I think he was saying that most Caucasian women
do not want a black child.
Do not want black children for adoption. But she specifically asked the court.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This lady asked for the child. She asked. It said Kelly had on her request to have custody of the child while the dad was in prison. So she asked for the child. Now, we don't know why she asked, or if it was her intention to do what she did, the reason why she asked, we don't know why, but she did ask for the child.
Okay, so here we go, everybody.
And if I'm marrying somebody, I'm trusting that somebody. So, of course, why would I think that my fiance is going to hurt or harm my child? Because I hope that I know you well enough that I'm asking you to marry me, that, I wouldn't think you would do that to my child.
So here's a related fact. A national survey found that among white women who were considering adoption or CPS, 73 to 87% said they would be willing to adopt a non-white child.
73%?
That's
a lot. That's a lot.
I'm saying, like, let's get the data into what we got. That's what I'm saying. Why do we have to say? Is we talking about these three women? It doesn't matter what they are, what they look like. Like, they have their own sickness wherever it comes from. Like, we don't have to talk about Caucasian, Asian, Latino, or whatever, African. We can just talk about these three sick women that did this thing.
Yeah,
so let me get another stat. Real quick, wait. Let me get the rest of the stat. So again, I said that white women who are considering adoption or CPS, 73 to 87% said they would be willing to adopt a non-white child, even though about 51% preferred to adopt a white child. Now, here's the other stat, closing stat. 90% of those transracial adoptions are usually white parents. So the white people, the white parents, they're usually the ones adopting the others. You know what I'm saying? That's a stat. That's it.
There we go.
Let me say this to you, Mark. I'm so glad that Mr. Nean brought that up. I would never blanket a whole people, and I want to apologize to the public because I don't ever want to blanket a whole people. But I'm gonna say again, I've never met no bunch of Caucasian people that want to adopt no black child. But since you gave that statistic, 50%, okay. Because I know for a fact right now, if you Google it, they're adopting more dogs than children. So I know that to be a fact. Now Google that.
Hey,
I'm not going to trick me into that.
I'm not going there with you, man. I'm more dogs than humans. Now we gotta go back to ChatGPT, man. ChatGPT, you're gonna run out of credits, man.
I'm just saying.
I got the preliminary account over here, man. We good.
Come on with it. Come on with it. More dogs in the last 10 years been adopted. It's 80 million dogs. Dogs come from wolf. And they done made the dog a human. The dog don't have his own house no more. They gave their house to the dog.
Now I will say this, Johnny. You know when Metcalf, the guy, when he made a generation about all black people, we got on him. You know what I'm saying? We was like, hey man, who he talking to? Who he talking about? Why don't he just direct that energy to Karmelo Anthony?
Who is mad at, right?
So I understand what my man's saying here by not generalizing.
His name Nean. Mark.
Nean.
His name Nean Catholic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, yeah, same. I have to say also, I apologize. I have no idea what this podcast is about. That's my father. And I was talking to him earlier. He was like, yo, I'm going to send you a link, put you on this podcast. I said, all right, let me get set up, right? And so I have no idea what this podcast is about. So all the news, I usually ignore it. I moved out to Bali because I just can't do the West anymore. You know what I mean? Like spiritually, mentally, and sometimes depending on the violence or wherever you are, like you physically, you feel it. So I'm out here. So forgive my ignorance on some of these matters that y'all might bring up. I can speak to them objectively, but I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I'm just out here, like I'm chilling in what you could call literal, like paradise behind me. Like,
yeah, it's beautiful.
It is.
I've been to Indonesia before. I've been to Indonesia. I was in the Navy. I've been to Indonesia. I love it there. It's a beautiful place, and I know you are feeling peaceful. So this podcast, we're always talking about current events. And we love different thoughts and mindsets and conversations. So whether you think like us or like somebody else, we just glad to have you on, bro.
I'm glad to be on. I'm cool with talking about whatever. I just wasn't ready. Like I was sitting here chilling around flowers and birds, and I just hear some super dark stuff. I'm like, yo.
We brought the West to your doorstep. Well, I didn't watch the news either like this until I started doing this podcast. Yeah, that's not my favorite topic.
The only thing I'm caught up on is the Strait of Hormuz because the gas price is rising. I'm like, yo, hold on one second. Yeah.
Nean, put that out.
Yeah. Put what?
Whatever that is, put it out to the show, please.
Oh, man. I'm on live.
We love you too.
How long have you been out there?
He's been out there about 3 years.
4 years. I've been coming out here almost 15 years now. I've been out here living full time for the last 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to come every year for a month to 3 months.
Do y'all have atrocities? Do y'all have atrocities and ride-bys and unaliving children and drag them down the street like we do here?
No. Children run down the street by themselves, like little small 3-4-year-old children can walk the streets. They're playing, there's not that type of, there's guns. People don't have guns out here. And there's just not that much stress out in the tropical environment. You get coconuts fresh everywhere. I mean, there's not a lot of stress. Like you don't think about racism, cops, police. Like you don't worry about that at all. Like at all. Like you just minding your business. I don't even see police most of the time except for traffic.
It's beautiful.
Man, I got to hurry up and give me 30 days there. Let me be in heaven for just 30 days, and then I come back to hell.
And the American dollar has been the best it's ever been out here ever. So that means it's the cheapest it could possibly be.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you paying $250 for 1 week in that beautiful place you showed me today, that big condo and all that village you got.
It's just a 2-story house in the middle of the jungle on the side of a mountain.
Wow.
It was like $260 for 1 week.
Lord.
And me and my partner, we're moving into a new house. My battery's running low. Oh, I didn't plug up my computer. 1 second. And so we're moving to the house. No, we're good. We're good. There we go. So yeah, I decided to take a break just before I move into a new house, and so just spend a week off in the jungle. They got guys climbing trees out there, harvesting cloves and stuff like that. It's
wow.
Yeah, it's just some stuff.
Let me say this. I'm gonna send you $1,000 before I come. I want that for 30 days. I want to be right there because you showed me all the trees and fruits, and I want to be in heaven for 30. I've never been in heaven, so I want to be in heaven for 30 days. I've been in hell over in America, so I probably wind up moving down there. But right now, let me get me 30 days in because we so sick of this buffoonery and foolishness to take that child's life. 80 days, like Miss Price said. I think 8 months. 8 months. And the atrocity they took that child in. And what I'm upset about is that young lady, the young one, because most young people, almost 40-50% of them, they walk with us on George Floyd. They right beside us holding our hand. Even Joel Steen was with me. So again, I just can't, I see the other one. I just couldn't see her participating and not saying, mama, no, don't do that. And I'm not saying she didn't do it, but she should have blew the whistle. So again, brother Nean, we solution based. We deal with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. We one of the #1 podcasts in this city with Willie D and the rest of them. We are solution based, and nobody gonna ever beat us out. We are solution based. God is the author of peace and not confusion. So where you at, that's where we need to be at.
All day.
We just had a Juneteenth. So there's this organization out here called Black in Bali, and they just had a week-long retreat that just ended Sunday, and then
it was Juneteenth.
Yeah, so they started. I think it was 5, 6, 7 years ago. They wanted to celebrate Juneteenth here because they were here, and I think it was during COVID, couldn't go anywhere. And so then they just had like a cookout, and then people started coming, like the Black people on the island. You know, when I first started coming here, wasn't very many at all. Like I would never see a Black person. Now, you know, I see Black people almost every day. And then so they started organization, and they were celebrating it. And now I think this is the fifth year or something where it's like they call it like a week retreat, the takeover or something. And you had like almost 200 people come from the States to come and go to like water purification. Had a big cookout at a villa, and it was just all these Black people in Bali. I'm like crazy, and just enjoying, and that just ended. so you missed that part.
That's awesome.
Man, that is.
And we have like shuttles and buses that bring them all over the island, and you can stay a little bit longer if you want, or come early or something like that.
I think that's when I'm gonna come, during the Juneteenth. Matter of fact, I know that's when I'm coming, because I want to see it.
Yeah, but that's a year from now.
Yeah, that's good. I want to see it.
Ain't no time like the present.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
If you like it, then you can go back for Juneteenth next year.
Right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I can wait that long, but I know Bali gonna be a part of my life. So I already told my son before we came on this show, because you know, and sometimes we gotta have some peace. This this, we've been fighting this fight. I've been fighting it for 40 years. It's just crazy, man. And the peace they had on Miss Price, Miss Mills, the way they love each other. I seen my son riding a scooter. I seen him riding in a car. I mean, they just loving on each other. Ain't no fights. They not doing that. They not doing that. That's why when I said I blanketed, that's why because he been going away from that for years. So that came right out of it. So, and I can understand it. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you did it because I'm man enough to apologize anytime I blanket somebody because I don't want to blanket nobody. I don't want to be like them. I want to be like God. So again, what do you have to say about what you just seen about the young 7-year-old been unalive for 8 months with those 3 women, Brother Nean?
I mean, if you're asking me about that particular, if you're asking me?
Yeah, but about that particular case.
I mean, it's horrific on its face. I don't know. All I know is just that video and what I've seen. But of course, they're going to investigate and whatever and whatnot. And I think, just like with any case, and I'm not saying that I don't think that they're innocent at all. I'm saying, just like with any case, let's see what the details are. I'm not about to sit here and but I can't see anything that's redeemable about what you said. I mean, she had all the torture marks and this and that and this and that. I don't know. It's just
90 of them.
There's some sick people in this world, and unfortunately, this is part of the reason. And I don't want to make this about me, but this is part of the reason why I left the States. There was this philosopher, Indian philosopher's name was Jiddu Krishnamurti. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he had this one quote. He would go around and giving these speeches, and he had this one quote that stuck with me. And he said, "It is no measure of health being well adjusted to a profoundly sick society."
Ooh,
and
say
so,
that again.
Whoa.
Say that again.
Whoa. Come on, Captain. Come on. Wait a minute. Let me video this when you say this so I can have this.
Clip it.
I mean, aren't you recording this? What's going on?
No. I need that.
I'll say it again.
Say it again.
All right. His name is Jiddu Krishnamurti. And he's one of his quotes is, "It is no measure of health being well adjusted to a profoundly sick society."
Mm-hmm.
Now, to break that down is, like I said, I don't want to make this about me, but one of the reasons why I moved here was because I knew what it was like not being in the States for a while. I lived in Europe. I used to come out here for months. I would travel the world, et cetera, et cetera. So I understood that there's a different type of lifestyle that you can have, that you can live, that you can be as in a positive mind frame. You can have space to expand your spirituality and things like that. You have space and time to actually learn more things and have different experiences instead of always, or it seems to be like a perpetual, especially in the news, something negative going on, racism, violence. And these are real things that are happening to many people in the States. But people in the States, I don't feel, and much in the West, and not just the States, they don't feel like all these pressures that are on them. They're in desperate situations. They have to make money. They feel that they need to keep up with this. They're fed all these commercials. They're just don't understand all of the programming that's been set to them that's causing all of this stress, that's causing these mental problems, that's causing, this negativity going in and back out and being this cycle. They cannot break this cycle because they've adapted to it. And so by adapting to that profound sickness, they think that, oh, I'm all right because I can survive in the hood. Oh, I'm all right because I can be over here and I'm all right, whatever. It's not normal. It's not something that's I won't say normal, but it's not something that's healthy.
It's
for
not
sure
normal.
it's not healthy.
It's not
And
normal.
so if you've never been healthy your entire life, how would you know what that is? And so that's what I've experienced outside of the States. And at some point, the last time I was there 4 years ago, I reached a level where, you know, I was successful. I was doing, you know, making commercials and doing this and all this other shit. But I was like, for what? If I have to carry a pistol to every video shoot because someone's robbing me, my other colleagues in different cities and states, you know, like that. So, and it's become like, what is going on here? I can't trust, and it's always this pressure. The cops are behind me. Like, what are they in a good mood today? Like, what's going on? Do I need to turn off? Like, what's happening? All these things are just always present in your mind, and then it causes you to push out that energy that's inside of you. It's got to go somewhere, and you push that negative energy out if you don't understand how to process that out. Like, who has time to meditate for an hour every day, 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day? Who has that time? You don't have the time, because a lot of people are in survival mode, because we're in this consumer capitalist society that says that we have to have this to have some status, you know. So I got away from that shit, man. That's the bottom line, and that's why I'm here. So the quote that I'm saying is that I knew that there was a sickness happening, you know, inside of me, even though I didn't feel sick, right? I mean, I guess I felt a little bit, and so I got away from that, and now I can say, hey, I'm on more of a healthy journey in my life. I can really say that, and I'm not gonna sit and settle for just being in somewhere where I have to spend my living years worried about a cop pulling me over, worried about, you know, violence, worried about racism, worried about homelessness, worried about, you know, not being able to feed your children, shameful. So you leave your whole family because you know, it's all sorts of things. Prison, that was just an extension of slavery. Like, come on. They did whoever started, I'm going on a tangent, but whoever did that during slavery, the slave patrols, the police after Reconstruction, and then the Jim Crow, man. And most of, if we're talking about the Black community, because we're all Black in here, I guess. So we're just not taking the time to understand, like, all of this program, all of this shit that's been done, and we can't break free of it because we don't have the knowledge of it. We don't understand it. We just in it and doing it, and don't understand why does prisons got Black and brown people at a disproportionate rate forever? Why is this the way that it is? Why are police inherently against minorities, people of color, or whatever politically correct word that you want to say on YouTube? Like, why? There's reasons for it. There's all this history and all of this stuff, but I digress. I just said, you know what?
I want to ask you a question.
America, you got it. You got it, America. That's what you are. You got it. I'll be over here. I want
to ask you a question, then I want to speak, because he's been overseas. I want to ask you a question. 4 years ago, when your brother was unalive, did this also help you make, because you and him was real close, and me and you told him if he didn't change, something would happen. Did his unaliving 4 years ago, the way he was shot 13 times, because I know it affected you, because you was on the way over here and something happened. So talk to me about that.
Talk to you about what, before or what?
No, the 4 years when you ain't been over here. I'm saying that the time your brother was unalive, did it affect you in some way to make you know that you would never see justice over in America?
It wasn't so much about justice, and I mean, if you're gonna ask me this question, then
because a lawyer did that. No one thought a lawyer would shoot him.
No, listen. I'm gonna be real, because that's the only way I know how to be authentic. You know, it's obvious that I love my brother, right? It's a longer story that I can't get into, but we didn't grow up together. And then we were reunited when I was about 19. Now, through the years, for whatever reason or not, I won't get into going in too deep into his history. He went a certain way, just to be in layman's term, in a darker way, in a lot of senses. You know, his heart, I believe, because I was close to him, I believe his heart was still of purity. However, his nurturing on how he was raised is what deeply affected who he was and his decisions. Now, I cannot make excuses for him. We're all adults, and we all make our decisions. We make our bed and we lie in them. What I believe, and this is my belief, I'm not saying and this is any kind of fact or anything like this. This is my truth. My truth of it is that karmically, this was a karmic matter, what happened with Tuffy. Like it had, I don't know what the lawyer looks like. I don't know anything much about him, what I read in the newspaper. It doesn't matter who he is, because his Tuff's karma was going to send that energy back through him through some way, some vessel, something. And so when we had that conversation, when we were playing chess in my apartment, you know, the year before I left, we both told him, like, if he doesn't change these ways, if he doesn't, lean towards the light, and I told him he should get therapy because there's things that he's not aware of, and Black people, a lot of people don't get therapy. I was lucky to get therapy and understand and process a lot of things and traumas that I didn't even understand and know that I had. And so I could see that he didn't, and we both saw that, and you told him that he would be dead within a year if he didn't stop his ways. I agreed with you, and then this is what ultimately happened. And so the only thing I can pull about that from being in the States than being here is that in the way that it happened with the gun violence, is that, you know, this type of power, perceived power that we give to take another life so effortlessly by pulling a trigger is it's all over the Americas. And so that's just it's unfortunate, but
you answered it. Thank you.
But you also have to realize in history, no matter where you were, if you really look at the history, study history around the world, one of the things that every culture, wherever you are in the world, has had was adultery. That is against whatever law and has been with everyone because of the passions and what it brings within a human, right? It's something in our instinct to, and we don't understand possessiveness and if we haven't really understood that. And so you don't know what someone might do in that situation, but it's always been, for the throes of time, has been one of the most violent things that, you know, can come from is from adultery. You know, unaliving someone has been done in the name of that for forever. So, you know, that's just where it is. And yeah, I'm done.
You did wonderful. Marcus, before I give my son a round of applause, because he hit the ball, what do you have to say? Because you've been overseas before and you've been in America. We listen to you about about this young lady.
Well, you know, I've been to Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, all them places over there in Southeast Asia. I've been all over there. I was in the Navy with special warfare and and so we were swimming out in the ocean over there, doing missions over there with candy paint on our faces and stuff. So I love the people over there. But man, salute to you, man. Again, if you grew up anything like we did, because it sounded like you did. It sounded like you're surrounded by certain individuals, certain environment, but you made different decisions than a lot of people, maybe even your siblings or your peers or your cousins and stuff. So salute to you for, taking the high road, being positive. I lost one of my brothers or best friend off Martin Luther King Boulevard. Man got shot 19 times in broad daylight. So when you talk about some lawyer shooting, your brother, Johnny, your son, relate. You know what I'm saying? And it is what word did you use? Karmic?
Karmically.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
It's
karmic.
Karmic.
Yeah, what you put out is going to follow you. And, when things like that happen, all you can do is remain peaceful in places like Bali, or remain peaceful in your mind, because most of us, we want to go get our lick back for whoever it is that we love that they took from us. But when you sit back and you realize, like, man, the world evolves and everything comes back around, you realize that, what you put out, you get back. And salute to you, man, and RIP to everybody that's no longer with us. I think it's important to be American, how big the world is. So you don't have the same mindset, you don't have the same hate or the same energy that you have growing up in South Park, growing up in Sunnyside. You know what I'm saying? Like over there in Bali, it's paradise. Nobody in South Park, Sunnyside, Fifth Ward, none of those words, none of those towns and neighborhoods is going to use the word paradise. So, Nean, man, I salute you, man. Next time you go, bring me with you. I want to go. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? I live here.
You know what I'm saying? How long is the flight? It's about, 15, 16 hours, 19 hours?
Nah, it's going to be the expensive flight. You can get here in 22 hours. But usually you're going to spend about 30 to 36 hours to get here.
Yep, in the air. Yeah, man. I mean, some animals out there, man. I know y'all got
somewhere. You're gonna have a layover somewhere for a few hours, but it's a journey getting to Asia. But it's worth it, and that's why the people that say, "Oh, I'm gonna just stay for a few days," you're crazy, because you're already a few days in the air. You're gonna get here and be like, "Oh, Lord." And then it's gonna be like, wait, I gotta go back. Oh, damn! No, don't do that.
What high school did you go to, Nean?
Huh?
What high school did you go to?
I graduated from Sterling. I also went to engineering professions at Booker T.
Okay, yeah, I know. They send all the nerds to engineering at Booker T, so that means you're a smart individual. You know what I'm saying? They don't just let everybody into that magnet program over there. You know what I'm saying?
So, you gotta take a test. You gotta take a test. Yeah, I've been blessed with a brain and able to assess situations and make, for the most part, good decisions for myself by analyzing. But it wasn't until I really started understanding, and women have this a lot more than men, intuition. Like understanding what flow is, understanding not trying to force things and just showing up and this and that. And so then the decisions that I'm making aren't just based on analysis or study and observation. It's based on a lot of feeling. And so on paper, I shouldn't have moved here. On paper, it was like, are you crazy? How much you made last year? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, nah, I gotta move here.
So,
I have a question, Neiman, because I want to know, do you have a solution for a lot of us here in the States? Because not everybody can just say, hey, I'm gonna pick up and go to Bali, and live this paradise life. So what would you suggest that we as a community can do, I know we're not going to have paradise in the United States, but at least some kind of way of living. How can we come together as a community to have some type of peaceful living?
So I'll say this off top. One, I'm not a well-off individual monetarily, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of it is just being able to, because I may have like some zeros in my bank account. That's not it.
Well, you do have to have a passport, though. A lot of us, especially in the poor communities, don't have the access or don't know how to even get a passport.
That's bullshit. They spend more money on shoes than they will on a passport. So that's all depending on what you want in your life. Like, do you want a passport? Do you want, or do you have a fear of it?
Right.
You know, there's a fears that are involved when you start talking about it, because no matter where you're from in the world, it used to be you wouldn't travel more than 60 miles outside of where you were born. And that's just because it's the unknown, and the unknown breeds fear. It breeds hesitation. It breeds like, I'm just going to stick to what I know and what my parents told me and what their parents told me and what their parents told me. But no one told me that they were lied to. No one told me that their experiences made them choose this situation. So what's right, what's wrong, what's best for me, and all of these things. And wait, what was the question again?
I was just asking, how
to get the people. So I think
hold on. What's she asking you?
I understand what she's asking me. So I just have a roundabout way I go answering the question. Sometimes I get lost. So different age levels.
Mm-hmm.
I think the earliest, and this is incumbent on the older generations, even my generation, I'm an older generation, is to impress upon our younger generations that they need to openly and unapologetically be who they are and not be ashamed of who they are, and go towards that feeling of love. And I know this sounds cliche. Go towards that feeling of love and what it is that brings them joy in life. And once they reach a certain age in adulthood and this and that, they'll go into that of whatever it is that's in their life, not because they need to pay a bill, not because their parents want them to do so. It's because their heart wants them to do so. Now, when they're into that, then they won't quit on whatever it is that they're looking for and what they want to do. So if they want to travel, like say, for instance, myself, in 2007, when I had my first international trip, I was on a beach in Thailand working from my computer. And I said to myself, I swear to you, I said, hey, I got to figure out how to do this for the rest of my life. And so my passion took me towards that. And this was, like I said, 2007. And so the decisions that I'm making, the paths that I'm going, they have to be towards that, because that's where my heart is. That's why I'm feeling like whole and fulfilled. And so then you start to go into that path. And so if that's what it is for you, then you're not going to quit because, oh, I didn't make money on this venture. You're not going to quit because, oh, I didn't see success on this event or something like that. You're going to figure out, okay, how can I do it better the next time? I see where I didn't lose, but I learned a lesson. No losses, but lessons. And you keep going towards that. And then whatever it is that you want to make of your life, it's your heart's in it. So you're gonna go towards that. Now, if your heart's really into living somewhere else, wanting to be somewhere else for whatever reason that is, then your decisions will have to be made on that. Maybe your lifestyle needs to change. Maybe certain things that you thought you couldn't go without, you go without until you figure out how to marry your lifestyle, what you can do, and make that work. It's like, just don't be afraid to start over in a way, but just you won't quit. If you don't have that in you, you don't have that in you. Not everyone has that in them, and there's no shame in it. It's just, that's just what it is. And maybe in those instances, people can be a cog in someone else's wheel, and take your ego out of it and say, hey, a rising tide lifts all boats. And perhaps, I'll roll with them. I can assist them in doing this and help them, and you're spreading this energy and this love, and things happen for you in that way. And that's the only ways that I've seen, not the only ways, but those are some of the ways that I've seen where people have been successful. And you look on paper and you're like, how? Or, especially with the people that I know that moved here and live here, like most of us, we didn't just have a bunch. We just sold everything that we had, said, we're going to figure it out. And, and just enjoy the process. The process, you have all these stories, these ventures, and places you've been that you never would have been, but you're just following your heart. We've been doing this for a few million years as humans, right? We can understand how to survive this planet, if you have that will and that heart to do so.
I want to ask you, how do you
Go ahead.
I hope I answered your question.
Well, you marked on one of the main things that I'm glad you brought up. Fear is a big factor in our Black community, I believe. And I'm going to let Marcus go because I can go all day on that. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, being in Bali, bro, like you just said, everybody sold everything and just went over there, with no plan maybe, and just figured out when they got there. Man, that's what everybody do in America. They be swimming the 7 seas to get here. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask you, because with so many people coming to the U.S. and they feeling like this is the best place on earth, how did you find or feel so different? You got so many people swimming all across the Atlantic Ocean and all coming through Mexico and Central America, and they risking their life to get here, and you sold all your stuff to leave. Like, when my mindset is that because you talked about not throwing logic out. You was like, man, I'm going by feelings. And most men, we always about logic. You know what I'm saying?
Logic, right.
Women, they like, I feel. And that's what
I'm gonna ask y'all to put. Can we? Okay, so I have a limit that I can only go to. So I don't want y'all to go anywhere. All 4 of y'all, please. All 3, 4 when minister comes back. Y'all stay put, and I'm going to pick up and start the show where we're leaving off, if that's okay.
Do we have to click on a link, or we just
find out why? No, you can just stay here. It's not a new link; it's the same link. And we can ask Marcus why he's wearing a crown when we come back.
Yay!
Yeah, so stay tuned to the after show, everyone, so we can ask Marcus why he's wearing a crown. He's a king, but hey, he came with a crown on today. So if you're watching this on replay, please like, subscribe. If you're watching us now, hold on. We're coming back with an after show.
I am beautiful.